Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast, right here on FanStream Sports. It is a Wednesday, which means, Johnny, not only is it a Wednesday, by the way, I'm IndyCarTim. That's Johnny, the Gerb man, PGA of America member, Gerbinator. And I'm so excited I can't even start the show correctly because, holy crap, dude, it's Masters Week.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas
to me.
And you got your festive Masters green. Is that on purpose? Did you do that on purpose? You wear your green?
I couldn't find a green jacket to wear.
It's like, well, they don't make them in your size. That 58.
I went to the thrift store and they didn't have any.
The big and tall store doesn't make green jackets like that. But it's like what is that? What's that holiday? March 17th. What is that? St.
Patrick's Day.
Yeah, if you don't wear green on
Patrick's Day.
If you don't wear green on Masters Wednesday, then you get pinched or you get kicked or some made up something. We'll have to make something up. We'll have to make what up. It's Masters Wednesday, just like St. Patty's Day. I think St. Patty's Day, right? You get pinched if you don't wear green. So we got to figure out something on Masters Wednesday if you don't wear green. We'll have to move forward. But not only that, this is our 3rd or 4th anniversary. Remember our first show was Masters show.
Was it the Masters?
Yeah,
I have the run sheet at home folded up in my drawer.
Your camera's messed up. I can't see you. You're fuzzy. What's going on?
Well, that's you. No, that's your internet then.
No, I can see me fine.
Well, I can see me and you just fine.
All right. Well,
I don't know what's happening.
Fine. But yeah, this is I think it's our 4th anniversary, right? 4th anniversary of the show. It's 3 for sure. And I remember this was our very first show we did at Highlands Performance Golf Center.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, our live show. I was on your show
Okay.
when you first started. That we did we do a Masters preview or did we did a Murfield Valley preview?
Muirfield Valley.
Yeah.
I thought our first show was at Barrel and Bones with me and you and Bus.
No, our first show we did at Highlands. We did a Masters show.
I thought we weren't.
I do know that for sure. Yeah.
Huh. All right. Well, I have the run sheet with the date on it at home.
Well, I'm glad you remember our history. Thank you.
Well, I do. I have it parked. I have it folded up in my drawer at home. Remember, we're going to frame it. I got to go buy a frame for that run sheet so we can hang it up here.
You need like $5 to get a frame. You've been saying that for a year.
I don't have $5. Every time I get $5, I got to have a vodka.
Right. Well, where are you going to get vodkas for $5? Let me know. I'm in.
You can order vodka and vodka press for like $4 and get vodka at any bar.
No, I don't. You
don't like to drink well, though. You don't like to drink well.
No, I'm a little bit better than that.
Are you?
A little bit, not much.
Johnny, it is Masters Week, and my golf nipples are going crazy right now. I got up and I started watching the par 3 challenge, the par 3 contest they had.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch. And I've got my schedule at home and here at the studio for everything that's happening all week on Golf Channel, on ESPN Plus. Saturday, the coverage switches to CBS. I've written my Jordan Spieth and Scotty Scheffler Texas Longhorns preview for Sports Illustrated. That should be out and posted by now at longhorncountry.com. Go find that over there if you guys are so inclined. And apparently they've asked me to go ahead and just cover the tournament for them all week long. So I'll have all my golf stuff on fanstreamsports.com and over at longhorncountry.com.
What about A&M? I think there's how many players are in the field? Maybe one? Ryan Palmer?
I don't know, but I'll be doing stuff at allaggies.com too for sure.
Yeah, Ryan Palmer maybe.
Yeah, they just don't have the Aggies don't have the number 1 player in the world. So it's a little bit bigger news for the Longhorns, you know.
And this pullover isn't because I'm rooting for Jordan Spieth. We'll talk about our picks a little bit later on. But certainly Scotty's not on our card for a lot of reasons. But this is just comfortable. I drove all day. and I'm a little tired, so I didn't feel like because if I jumped in the shower or took a nap and changed clothes or changed the pullover, I would have missed the show. And this is the show I certainly don't want to miss for a lot of reasons.
Because it's the Masters, a
It is, and
tradition unlike any other.
And we got a special guest, an old special guest coming up here pretty soon. And some of you guys might be familiar, and we'll talk about that in about 30 minutes. We got a special Masters guest, so we're looking forward to that also.
Yeah, you longtime listeners of the show will remember this as a staple of our run sheet and a staple of the programming a long time ago. And it was especially when we were doing live shows at the bars. It was everyone's favorite because they love to hear him just stumble through the entire segment.
Yeah, right. And it wasn't very difficult for him to get him to the bar either. So I remember we did the live show at was it at TG's, I think.
Yeah, it was at Tailgaters
and he made a special live appearance, and I think that was our highest rated show we've ever had because I think he fell a couple times. I think he certainly had. I don't want to give it away, but he had a good time. And he told me he's like, listen, I don't want to commit to it. But maybe a couple times a month. So we'll see. I'm paying him in beer and golf balls. So, if I can negotiate that price down, maybe, or up more, maybe we'll keep him. We'll keep him in our web.
Well, we know he can handle the beer. He probably needs all the golf balls too for all the balls he hits in the water up there in Columbus. Are you playing golf with him while you're up there?
Yeah, I'm going to try. The weather's pretty bad here. I'm going to try maybe on Saturday. Looks pretty good, but this week is more. I just like kind of chilling and going to visit my parents and hang out with them as much as I can, and go to the club and watch the Masters. But I think we're going to try to play Saturday. We'll see.
Very nice, very nice. Well, there's lots of storylines here. The course at Augusta National, playing 7,555 yards this year, par 72, with an $18 million purse as we enjoy the very first major of the 2024 PGA Tour season. And, one of the reasons I love Masters so much because it always comes around my birthday.
That's right.
As my birthday was Sunday, 29 years old. And
40 years ago.
40 years ago. Let's see, 29 years old, 25 years ago. So pretty close. Yeah. But so it's not only is my favorite golf tournament, my favorite time of the year, and Facebook making me feel like a rock star on my birthday every year. That tradition continues like everybody else.
You are a rock star. You're a local legend there.
I hear from people that I only hear from once a year on my birthday, right?
And that's for a reason. If you wanted to hear from them more, you would have contacted them. That's what I always say.
That's probably true. Same thing on LinkedIn over there. If you're connected to me on LinkedIn, I hear from people. I got a LinkedIn happy birthday from Vern Lundquist, by the way.
Oh, big
on LinkedIn, who is, by the way, will be calling his 40th and final Masters.
That's right.
This year, right. He's out the door after this year's Masters, and so take that into account while we're enjoying the programming on CBS Saturday and Sunday. That it's going to be Vern's final one, and I kind of feel honored that the year he's doing his final Masters, I get a birthday shout out from him on LinkedIn. That's amazing to me. Here's in DFW. Most people nationally know him, from his college basketball, college football, from his play-by-play stuff, and then with golf. So he used to call Cowboys games here on the radio.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Locally.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's local, and he was also our Channel 8 sports anchor here.
Huh.
And then back in the 70s, he hosted, and when he worked for Channel 8 WFAA here, he hosted a game show that was just a local game show that had only broadcast on Channel 8, like around before the 7 o'clock. For us, 7 o'clock, for Columbus time to be 8 o'clock. The national network programming, when the network shows start. He did a show called Bowling for Dollars.
We used to have that. I think we used to have that here. Yeah, I think they did.
So y'all probably had your own local version of it. Yeah, with a local dude doing it. Yeah, but Vern Lundquist did our Bowling for Dollars back when he was calling Cowboys games here on KRLD.
Funny.
But yeah, so he's a local dude. So a lot of people locally here, and he still lives here,
Yeah,
and
I didn't know that. I'm pretty sure they're going to have he's had some of the greatest calls in Masters history, right? I mean, they're just great. I mean, when you think certain voices in certain golf tournaments, Jim Nance, obviously for the Masters is more, but some of the encore stuff that Vern Lundquist did, I'm sure they're going to do a montage of, Saturday. I'm sure it's probably be Sunday, but it'll certainly be a montage of, of greatness and even if you don't know what his face looks like, which most people do, and you're just kind of new to golf, you certainly know the voice. And if your Masters is the only tournament that you watch all year, you will certainly enjoy some of those calls over the past years. Obviously with Jack, Jack and yes, sir, and things like that. I mean, some of those things are just it's some of the great calls in sports, and he'll certainly be missed. But he's certainly put his mark on the game of golf and certainly the Masters.
Yeah, and even some who don't follow a lot of golf but are big Adam Sandler movie fans, you saw him on Happy Gilmore because he was calling the golf tournament that Happy Gilmore was in. Their PGA, they didn't call it the PGA Championship, they called it the Tour Championship.
When you make it, when you get on an Adam Sandler, you made it when you're on an Adam Sandler movie because he has like the same 6 people in every damn movie. Adam Sandler.
All of his friends.
So if he brings somebody else in, you made it.
Yeah, well, Laverne Lunk was definitely made it a long time ago, and we'll be sorry to see him go. But there's a lot of young up and comers taking part in golf. And the broadcast side of it with both, NBC, CBS, Golf Channel, which is owned by NBC, and even ESPN Plus has their share of young talent coming up. And who knows? Maybe one of these days they'll let us call a hole somewhere.
They might. It'll be one hole one time, I promise you, because we'll mess it up so much, and we might not get invited back.
Like our entire broadcast would be like our show. It'd just be a big, long Smiley Kaufman happy hour, right? Like the entire thing would just be it.
Did you notice
golfers would come over and talk to us, and we'd ask them stuff like, "Hey, what are your socks matched today? Are you wearing matching socks? What color is your underwear?"
Yeah. Hey, did you notice when we talked about this yesterday on the JP Peterson show? I know you watched some of the press conferences. Did you hear one live question? Nope. And we talked about that yesterday, and I told you guys this, when JP asked me the question when we were previewing the Masters for the JP Peterson show there in Tampa, he asked about, how much live talk is going to be and all this. I said, probably not a lot. First off, they don't want to take away the attention from the Masters. And I'm pretty sure that the guy who sets up the press stuff told these, don't ask a live question or you won't get your press. I mean, you won't be here. You won't get your credentials next year. And we talked about that yesterday, and I haven't heard one question in the press conferences about live golf. So yeah, that was a little good. I mean, I'll tap myself on the back on that one in terms of they're not talking about it this week.
No, you're absolutely right. And that's, with good reason. And I guarantee you that's strategic. That's not by accident.
Yeah. No, it's not. Nope.
So again, we've got the best golfers in the world kind of united, I guess, if you want to call it that. We are standing on Live Golf and the split. Are very well documented. We're against it. We don't like the rival league. We don't like what the league stands for. We don't like the politics behind the owners of the league. Even if you take golf out of it, that's an entirely separate issue, first and foremost. But what it boils down to is you're causing this, right? You're breaking up the best players in a sport, and now you're depriving the fans. And again, I'm not making excuses for the PGA's policies, okay, and how I agree players needed this. I agree the tour needed this to make changes. All of that is valid. I still think there were other ways to do it. It didn't need to come to this, but it's caused change, and now we're talking about a reunification and a merger and things like that. So that's all well and good. But the problem is what we have to deal with in the meantime, right? In the between part of it now. Now we see a Masters, the 89th Masters here, when we finally have some of these guys all back together. But you got guys like Brooks, like Bryson, DJ, John Rahm, by the way, who hasn't won yet on the tour and is already asking for sweeping changes on Live Golf because he hates the 54-hole concept.
Yep.
All these guys, Joaquin Niemann and Sergio Garcia, that we haven't watched play golf in over a year, right? Except for John Rahm, who just joined in December. Now all these guys are coming back, and we're going to have to reacquaint ourselves with their game and who they are and how they've done. And while we're also paying attention to our guys, who we hope are playing well. And we'll get into our picks, and this won't really affect it, but would it surprise you one bit to see a Live Golf guy win this tournament?
Oh no, because I think that if you take Scotty Schefflers and some of these guys out, there's certainly more of the top players in the world playing live golf right
Mhm.
now. There
Yeah.
really is. And the question mark, and there's so many great storylines, right? I mean, I think this year I'm more excited about this year probably than I'm excited about the Master, but probably ever before, just because how many storylines there is. How are the live guys going to come over and play with not playing this type of competition for a long time? How's Tiger going to do? And he's still, no matter what you think, he's still certainly a storyline. We'll talk
Right.
about that briefly. I think he's going to get the bad side of the draw this week because the weather is supposed to be terrible tomorrow. And I think it's really going to hurt Tiger. So when you talk about betting, I would think about this a little bit, and we'll touch on that when we get to our picks. But Koepka, the assassin. I mean, playing 54 holes, coming back in. You haven't heard from him. I mean, DJ, like we said yesterday. I mean, does he have 8 more kids out there that we don't know about, right? Because no one knows what's going on with him, and a lot of these guys. So yeah, so many great storylines, man. The caddy switches, JT switching caddies, getting off of Bones in a strange time that Bones probably knowing the golf course better than anyone on the field, winning there 3 times with Phil, JT letting him go 10 days ago, going into the Masters. I mean, there's so many great storylines and compelling. But no matter what the storylines are, no matter what year it is, the golf course and the tournament still wins. It shines more than any golf tournament in the world. It's never going to be outperformed by any player in terms of notoriety, magnificentness. I think, did I make up another word? Is that a real word? I'm doing what Nancy
It's
did
close.
again. Yeah,
It's
I
close.
made up. I want to make up something every week probably, so I'm making up words. But yeah, I just love it. I mean, I really do love this week, and like I said, with the exception of tomorrow morning, it's going to be really, really bad. So they're probably not going to start on time. But man, it's going to be extremely compelling to see how some of these guys play.
So yeah, some of the big storylines I want to get into, if we have time, and again in an hour show, it's hard to cram all this stuff in. Well, of course, we've got Scotty Scheffler's dominance. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about Rory's possibility for the career slam. I want to talk about some guys that are playing that are playing in their first Masters that might have a chance to win for the first time. Right. The live golf guys is a storyline. Brooks Koepka's going for his 6th major. That's a storyline. The possible repeat of John Rahm. That's a storyline. But first, so do you know how many players and who they are have ever won the Players Championship and the Masters in the same year?
Scotty, Tiger.
I had to find it. Tiger's the only one that's ever done it.
Didn't
Scotty has a
win
chance to do it this year. In the same year. Scotty's only won, in the same year. We're talking about in the same year.
Okay.
So,
yeah. Well, that's not going to happen. It's going to stay to. It's just
going to be just Tiger, right? I think so too. But his dominance. So in the last 3 outings, he's got 2 wins and a second place finish, right? Where he missed a playoff by a 4-foot putt,
right?
Which, if you hear it, it'll say 6 foot. Some people say 3 foot. Some people say 2 foot. But good God, it's one of those storylines about how you whisper something to a friend, and the 10th person down, it's a completely different story.
It's the fishing story, right?
Yeah.
the big one got away. The 8-pound bass that was a minnow got away, right?
It's crazy, yeah. And then with Rory, the same thing is the same. It's the same storyline every year at the Masters. Can he be just the 6th golfer in history to complete the Grand Slam, the career Grand Slam? He's been close before. He finished 2nd here to Scheffler. But with the recent comments that were taken out of context for sure. Who was that? Taylor Gooch. The Gooch that said, put an asterisk next to his name because the greatest golfers are. Well, you know what? They're here. They're here now. You don't need that asterisk anymore. But
he's not there. And he's not there.
Yeah, he's not. Absolutely. So, that's maybe the biggest storyline. And we'll talk about which of these storylines are you rooting for to happen the most? So, again, Scotty to win it again, get a second green jacket. Are you rooting for Rory to get his career Grand Slam? Are you rooting for golfers who are trying to win their first major while they're here? And here's a short list: Xander Schauffele, Victor Hovland, Patrick Cantlay, Joaquin Niemann, Max Homa, Terrell Hatton, Sam Burns, Tommy Fleetwood, Cam Young, and Tony Finau. All guys that are shooting for their first. And that's like a who's who kind of the PGA Tour and Live Golf right now, right? Like just some of those names.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, you're looking at those bigger names. The big names are all over at Live, but I think, and I could be wrong about this. I think this is the hardest one to win last. And I don't think any one of those 5 guys that's won all 4 majors, I don't think the Masters was the last one that they won. So I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct. So I think winning this one is certainly the hardest one to win at the end. I think if you win this first, I think there's a better opportunity to win all 4. And it's just the added pressure, right? I think it's a shorter field, the added pressure, how big the event is. So, yeah, I mean, it's just tough. I think Rory certainly has a game, and the golf course fits him so well. And maybe with Rory, going to Butch and working with Butch a different ear, maybe a little bit like JT has a different caddy. I think that's going to help him for sure.
So yeah, and the fact that Rory has now tried so many times, right? And now he's come up empty. He's even made the comment that it feels like he's never even won one. He feels like the next time he wins one's going to feel like his first again because it's been so long. And that makes a lot of sense. And that's saying something for some of these guys. Looking at Brooks Koepka, if you look at the list of golfers who've won 6 majors, and at least one of the U.S. Open, PGA Championship, and Masters is not very long. You're talking about Gene Sarazen, Ben Hogan, Gary Player, Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, and Brooksy's got a chance. So, there's a storyline for you from the Live Golf side of it.
Brooks has never won the British Open. He's never won the British Open.
Right.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking about the career. I was just talking about those. The U.S. Open, PGA, and the Masters, the 3 real majors that we have. They're actually
come on.
Yeah, there's only 3 majors really because they won't call the Players Championship one. So it is what it is. Whatever. I guess. You've got Brooks going for 6. You've got Rahm going for his 2nd in a row at the Masters. By the way, I was always a great supporter of Jon Rahm. Like, I liked his game. I liked his mannerisms on the course. I think I'm cheering for failure for him, though, now.
Why? Because his dinner last night, did you hear what he had?
Yeah, that's not why, but that was terrible.
Oh, okay.
That was terrible.
Yeah. He couldn't even have the, traditional Spanish dish like paella, I don't think. I think he had some, I like paella.
Taco Bell. Oh, I love paella. You got to put saffron in it, though.
Okay.
That's the problem. You got to put saffron in it.
But the Masters, there was some stuff in there that I didn't hear of, but it was certainly didn't have he said it was, maybe it's a real traditional Spanish dish, but did you pop up the list what he had for dinner?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah. Half of that stuff you probably can't pronounce. So go ahead and butcher it like I make up names, and you can go ahead and make up some names, but ribeye steak was one of them. I can certainly name that.
Geez, every site I pull up wants me to pay money to read it.
Get off those bad sites.
Main course of ribeye steak or robadao al pil, which is fish. So you had your choice of steak or fish.
Yeah.
It didn't say what the rest of it was. I remember hearing it earlier this morning, but I don't remember what any of it was. But anyway, no, I'm not cheering for or rooting for his failure because of what he had at the Champions Dinner, because that's how it's supposed to be, right? You get to pick whatever it is. It can be as unusual as you want it to be.
Sure.
I think it's because of the whole Live Golf thing, man. Since he moved over there, I don't want him to do well. But what's funny is I don't have that for everybody. Like, I still want Brooks to win. Like, I'd love for Brooks to win this thing. I'd like for Bryson to win it. Joaquin Niemann, I don't mind if I still pull for him. If Taylor Gooch was playing, no, not so much. But I don't know why, man. I find myself not cheering or cheering against John Rahm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm there. I'm with you a little bit. Maybe for a little different reasons. Listen, as a player, ex-player myself, PGA member, I get some of these things, but you know what bothers me? Even when Rahm was playing the tour, you know what bothers me more about him? It's like, I get the Spanish guys are fiery, and I get all this. Sergio is that way, but you still look like an asshole when you do some of the things that you do. And act out like a child, and then you try to justify, oh, I'm fiery. I really want to win. Well, everybody wants to win, dude. No one wants to see you throw clubs. No one wants to see you break clubs. No one wants to see anyone do that. They just don't. They just don't. And that's what bothered. That's what Sergio bothered me too. I mean, you never saw Olafable throw a club or break a club, and you can't justify you being Spanish by saying that. Listen, everybody's fiery. That's a little bit that bothers me. And then come back and try to justify it and then hit a great shot and you're cool. Well, no, man, it doesn't work like that way, dude. It just doesn't work that way. So that's what bothered me more about Rahm than anything else. Obviously, he's top 2 or 3 best players in the world, undeniable talent. But man, you can't have it both ways. You can't justify your childish actions and expect people to like you and expect people to get your way. It just doesn't work that way. So you can't have it both ways. And he wants it both ways, just like when he switched to live, right? He wants it both ways now. He wants it both ways. So you're talking 2 sides of your ears, man. So like I said, that's my problem with Rahm. And that's always been my problem. Well, I have other problems with Sergio. Sergio's just,
he's just a moron.
He's just a moron. Sergio likes Sergio more than anybody else, man. So, that's and I'm tired of the justification of the Spanish guys are just fiery. Listen, everybody's fiery, man. Just stop that.
Jose Maria Olazabal was still the greatest Spaniard golfer of all time, right?
No, Seve by far. Seve was by far.
All right. Well, he didn't act like that.
Yeah, a little bit. But back then,
not like this.
No, not like this. But back then, I mean, not. Seve was just and
that's everybody's comparing John Rahm to. No, I loved watching him play.
You either liked him or you didn't. There was no in between. His gamesmanship was a little bit petty for me, Seve, back in the day.
Yeah.
So some of those things that he didn't need to do to try to win was kind of weird. But his backstory, I don't, whatever. But if you watch the movie Seve, I don't know how to explain it. Listen, there's just things you do and you don't do, and he did anything to win. Some of the Ryder Cup stories were a little bit, whatever. I mean, the Spanish guys love it because we won. He's our idol. But I mean, there's ways to win and there's ways to win. And Paul Azinger, I think was going to cut his throat at some point.
That would have made for great golf TV, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Take your 6-iron to the throat.
Yeah. Yeah, those Ryder Cup stories with Seve and Paul. As Nancy Gerber say, Paul Engzinger. That's one of her makeup.
Engzinger.
It's Paul Engzinger and BJ Singh. So there's no V's.
DJ? It was DJ?
No, BJ.
Oh, BJ Singh.
Yeah, BJ.
All right, that's good enough. Hey, so the special guest, is he supposed to be on the phone? Do I have to call him, or is he coming on video, or what are we doing?
You have to call him. You have his number, right?
Yeah, I still have it.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll do that. I will get that set up. We'll take our first break here, and on the other side, our very special treat, return of everyone's favorite segment. Very special guest joining us here on From the Rough. We'll get all that set aside, and we will be back in about 3 minutes. We are From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. We'll see you in a minute.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about Turf Life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? It means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's It's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today, snag that window decal, or snag any other special Turf Life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the temperature, ensure your home is totally secure, all from the palm of your hand. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Start by going to the website, GetStarPower.com. That's GetStarPower.com.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7, day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. That is Johnny the Gerb Man, PGA of America member Gerber. Still, I think he still holds that title. I don't know if he's gotten kicked out yet or not, but
They can't kick me out. I'm not John Rahm. I'm not throwing stuff and breaking stuff like a kid. I handle my business and profession very very civil and with respect. I worked my ass off too hard to get kicked out.
That's that story. Let's move on to the next story.
Okay,
to contrary to your belief, I never really have gotten too much trouble. I haven't. Like, there was this one time, like, I can't say on the air, a long way from here.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I was pretty good. I've been pretty good. Have you ever seen me get in trouble as long as we know each other, me living in Dallas?
Well,
have you
again,
ever seen me get in trouble?
Stories that I can't tell on the air because Nancy's listening. So she's welcome to text me later. I'll tell her off the air.
But that doesn't mean trouble. That doesn't mean trouble. It's just their stories. They're just
all right.
With that time I got roofied at Concrete Cowboy was not my fault.
It was your fault. You shouldn't be drinking. Alcohol is the devil.
That is true.
Alcohol is the devil, Bobby Boucher.
That is true. That is
Johnny, it's time for the return of one of our favorite guests. No, I take that back. Not one of. Our absolute favorite guest ever. He's
the favorite.
He's we've even got more theme song music for him here because he's so epic. We're going to put his graphic up here on the screen. Oh, man, I did the wrong one. See, I can't do anything right around here. It is the return of Where's Mills right here on From the Rough, and he is joining us via phone. Mills, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing well, man, but you guys put me in a tough spot.
What's up, Mills?
All right, I got two hands, and I need a heater in one and a blue moon in the other, and I got to hold a phone, so I don't know which one to give up.
You need a Bluetooth headset or something.
You don't have a speakerphone, Mills?
Yeah, but I didn't think it'd be very professional in your professional show to be on speakerphone. So I chose not to do that.
We certainly don't want you on video yet. So, I know how that's going to work.
Yeah, you told me I had a face for radio. It just hit me about 6 months ago, what you said about a year ago. So
the last time we had you live, we had you live, I think we were in Dallas. I think you fell down a couple times. So, I know
I've never fallen down on Dallas, just like you've never done anything stupid. You were telling Tim a minute ago.
Right. I know.
Speaking of Nancy, I got to apologize, Nancy, before we go on because she made me a great batch of sugar cookies, and if I say something to offend her or something, if I could make a cuss word, I'm sorry, Nancy. So.
Well, she's used to it by now, Mills, so you don't have to apologize to her. I promise.
All right.
I've been here for an hour, and I think she's ready to kick me out already. So
again,
yeah.
That's all I ever hear when he's in Columbus.
What's going on with you, Mills? Where are you at right now? I know you're in your patio. What was the last round that you shot? Where did you play, and where did you shoot? Because I know what you shoot.
Oh no, I shot 88, hit 8 greens, and didn't make anything worse than a bogey till 14. Par 5, 60 yards.
88's not bad for 9 holes, Mills. That's pretty good for you.
I know. So I was pretty happy with that.
Hey, Mills, we got the 89th Masters starting tomorrow.
This is easy.
Do you have any picks for the Masters? What do you think about this year's Masters?
Well, I've got picks and I've got people to avoid.
Okay.
So let's tell people to avoid. You don't want to pick Tiger because I'm setting the over-under at how many holes he finishes at 27. So I figured by 24th hole on Friday, he's limping or his back hurts, so throw him out.
Or he found a girl.
Yeah. Sergio should finish last because that's what the little prick deserves.
Yes.
What about John Daly?
John Daly?
Yeah, he's there. He's just at Hooters.
Really.
That's my boy.
He's there. He's just at Hooters.
Yeah, I love Steve Thomas and Ricky, but they're over the hill.
Oh, wow.
30's over the hill?
Who?
30 years old is over the hill?
They're all 3 playing like crap. And I saw something today where somebody was saying Jordan Spieth was the 5th best pick. Those people need a head examination.
I agree with that.
I love Scotty Scheffler, but he got the new putter. But I think new putters are like changing girlfriends. They're cool for a couple of weeks, and then third week you're like, what the hell did I do? Which I think we kind of saw some of that in the last tournament with the spotting.
Yep.
Yeah. DJ. I mean, what are you going to do? Play golf or go back and bang Paulina at the house? So.
How come she's not tired of him yet?
I'm thirsty.
I don't know. You guys got an IQ. How do you marry a guy with an single-digit IQ? And I don't have any idea.
How did Wayne Gretzky allow that to happen? I mean,
I totally agree.
She could have had
you think they're both get an invitation to go work for NASA? Either of those two, even though Gretzky's great, they're not. NASA's not calling them anytime soon for a job. I promise you.
Well, she doesn't need NASA. He needs. I don't know. I mean, Mickelson. I hope for Mickelson that he falls in the Race Creek and drowns.
Yes.
So that would be the best thing that ever happened.
That might happen. Actually, that might happen.
All right. So, okay, enough of the people that can't win. Here's who I'd like to see Jason Day because I think he's healthy. He's stayed out of trouble, and I think he deserves a chance to win. So take that one, Gerber. I don't know what his odds are, but putting a lot of money on that one.
Are you just picking him just because he lives in Columbus?
No, I have always liked Jason Day, and he went through a rough time. I think he's back now. I think he's talented. He's got a good short game, which you need at Augusta, and I hope he wins it.
Cross out Jason Day. Who's next?
Well, I got to take Jake Knapp because he's got the hottest wag on the freaking tour. I mean,
Johnny doesn't think he knows how to dress, though.
Well, I know, but his girlfriend's not Asian, so that's not Johnny's style.
Yeah.
So, Adam Scott, his swing reminds me of me, and I think that long putter.
That can't be good.
I think the long putter's been good for it, so I give Adam Scott a shot.
But you said Adam Scott's 48 years old. How do you give him a shot and say JT and Jordan Spieth?
Because Adam Scott's actually been in contention a few times lately.
Because he's a good
Those
guy.
other idiots of, if I'm Jordan Spieth's caddy, you can't pay me enough to put up with his whining and crying and talking. Jesus, I don't know how. That's worse than being married.
Are we sure they're not?
Well, that's a good point.
I mean, I'm not breaking news here, I don't think.
Rory McIlroy, he took the high road through the live, and I think he got screwed through the process.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I'd like to see him win, finish the Grand Slam, and I think he deserves a little love. And my last pick, I'm betting this is on Johnny's picks too, is Xander Schauffele, because he's overdue to win something big. And the real problem with Xander Schauffele is he's friends with Patrick Cantley, and I can't stand Patrick Cantley. So.
The only problem Xander Schauffele is going to have, and you're right, he is on our picks, they're going to have to go to Baby Gap or something to get him that green jacket, because I don't know where they're going to get I don't know where they're going to get a small enough jacket to fit that dude. He is little. I don't know where they're going to do, but he is certainly on my pick. And you're right, Mills. I think the experience that he got at the Players Championship last round, I think that's going to bode well for him. And if you look at his last five Masters, he's finished in the top 10. So he's got that ability. He hits it plenty far, right? For a guy that 5'2" and 145 pounds. Certainly he can move it both ways, and he can be creative enough there to win. He's got a pretty good part of the draw. If you look at the weather tomorrow, Mills, I think you're very close to being correct when it comes to Tiger, because everybody said he's going to get a good part of the draw. The weather is going to be really terrible tomorrow, but I actually think Tiger's got the worst part of the draw for him. Reason being is because he's not probably going to finish tomorrow. Then he has to come back super early in the morning, finish the first round, and then play the second round because he has a late early. So he's probably going to play on Friday. He's probably going to play 27 holes if he does finish. I mean, he might not. You're right. And that's a bad part.
Well, that's why I gave you over under at 27. I think by the time he makes the turn, it's like, I'm out of contention. I'm tired. I hurt. And let's call it a day.
Or, hey, that cart girl's really cute. I need a beer. I'll see y'all later.
He might be with John Daly over at Hooters after the turn
right
on Friday, signing autographs. What JD does. So no, that's
something else I looked at was Zalatoris, but I don't think a guy's first win should be at a major like the Masters.
Well, I just think he's not healthy. I mean, what do you think about the two guys? I mean, they're world beaters, and it's probably the first time in a long time, Mills, that we have two first time guys that are super talented, that are top 10 in the world, with Wyndham Clark, first time at the Masters, and Ludwig Aubert, I don't know, however you say I don't know however you want to say his last name. So you got two top 10 guys in the world. It's their first time Masters. You give these two guys any chance?
Aberg, yeah, just because I think he's super, super talented. I can't root for a guy named Wyndham. I don't know what his parents had against him at birth.
You had a bad experience at a Wyndham hotel or something, Mills? Is that what it is?
I don't know. I didn't think my daughter Red Roof.
So I know you've had some bad experiences in hotels. I do know that for fact.
Let's not go there, Johnny Gerber.
Red Roof Mills. I like it. Red Roof Mills.
I live in party.
Oh, all right, Mills. Well, I appreciate you coming on. We need to do this a little bit more often. We'll get your theme song back if you're willing to come on at least a couple times a month. We'll get your theme song back, and I love you. Appreciate you having on, and we'll see you. We'll see you at the club this weekend.
All right, we're playing Saturday, Gerber, so I'll put you in.
All right, appreciate it, Mills. Thanks for coming on, brother.
I'll carry your bag, Mills.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Thanks, Milder.
There he goes. The triumphant return of Where's Mills here on From the Rough.
Oh, that's as good as always. How about that? That is as good as always.
You know
He
what?
wasn't.
So
Well, we got to give him a little bit later. Like, when we used to do it later, later in the day,
he told me
he's
5:30.
I know, but the reason being is he's only drank. So it's 6:45. So he's only drank about 12 beers at 6:45. We need to get him about an hour later when he's drinking 20 beers, 20 of those Blue Moons.
We probably need to record it on a different night then and just replay it on our
Yeah.
show.
Yeah,
because we ain't going that late on here.
Right.
But
right.
I almost forgot. I called him and he didn't answer. I was like, okay, well he's snookered.
Yeah. Well.
I was like,
How drunk are you now?
and then he called me back immediately, and I didn't recognize his voice. It'd been number one, I don't think I've ever talked to him sober.
Right.
Number two, I just been.
He wasn't sober. He wasn't
No,
sober.
he wasn't.
I promise.
He wasn't. He wasn't as drunk as he was sometimes, though. But there he is, Mills. All right, coming back, we're going to take our last break of the show. Coming back on the other side, it is time for Johnny Gerber's winning picks for the Masters coming up. His winners, his ham sandwich long shot, his top 10, his top 20, and I'll throw a few names at you as well that I think might have a shot, and Johnny can shoot those down and make fun of them because I went a little different direction with my winner this week, as you saw, Johnny. So we'll go over that a little bit here on From the Rough. This is Fan Stream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. That's Johnny. We'll see you in a minute and a half.
Hello, sports fans. Fan Stream Sports.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the perfect temperature, and ensure your home is secure, all from the palm of your hand. Star Power has the experts that will transform your house into a secure, smart home. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Get started at GetStarPower.com. Star Power, where innovation meets home.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. What is turf life? It's pretty much, if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com. Hey listeners, make sure you check out the brand new Fan Stream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more Fan Stream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on Fan Stream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. That's Johnny the Gerbman, Gerbinator, PGA of America Gerber is what we call him. It's what it's on his golf bag. PGA of America Gerber.
It's not.
It's not.
But that was pretty good. Some guys have that PGA logo on there. It's just not me. And I listen, I'm a proud member of the PGA almost for 20 years now.
Why do you hate the PGA?
I don't.
This
I
is
said I'm a
new.
proud member of the PGA. Almost
You
20
won't.
years.
You won't represent though.
They don't pay me to have that logo on the bag like some of the other companies that used to. You see these gray hairs?
No, I've never seen a gray hair on you with all that dye you use.
Yeah, I don't use dye. We talked about this last time. I'm not Pete Dye. I ain't doing that. But I see plenty of gray on you. I don't know why. You don't have any stress. Why do you have gray hair?
Yeah, I don't have any stress. There you go. Uh-huh.
How drunk are you now?
Struggling. I didn't party.
So yes, we get some new drops here. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they suck.
This is From the Rough, brought to you by Turf Life at turflife.club. Also, Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. Our new friends at Orion Golf Management Solutions. Check them out at oriongolf.com. And, of course, the Golf Depot in Gahanna, Ohio at the Golf Depot, Gahanna.com. Big things going on over there at the Golf Depot every week. If you're in the Columbus area, you live up there, make sure you check them out. Give them a call. Check out the website, see what's going on. Head out there. The weather's probably getting a little bit better up in Columbus. It's getting time for you to hit the range and hit some balls and get your game where it needs to be to go impress over at Muirfield Valley this year.
That was epic.
It was an epic fail on my part. The only thing worse than saying that with you on the phone was saying it if Jack was on the phone with us.
Pretty close. It's pretty
right?
Close. Yeah,
that would have just been bad. That would have been bad.
Yeah,
Johnny, let's go over our picks here for the Masters coming up. I almost forgot the name of the tournament.
Of course,
as I do every week, my picks that are simply for entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional handicapper. I am not a sports handicapper like Johnny is. With years and years of experience and all the knowledge and know-how, I pretty much throw darts at a dartboard and then pick a name, right?
That's true. At least you're being honest.
Earlier, though.
You had a top 10, 20 earlier.
It's a top 10.
Same thing.
It was a top 10 winner. It was a winning pick. I call that a winner.
Yeah.
Because it's better than not winning.
True.
Johnny, here's my card for you. I'll start with my top 20. Cameron Young at plus 140. No reason or rhyme behind Cam Young. Just I think he's due for a good showing here.
He hit 3 balls in the water on the par 3 contest. Do you want to change that?
Well, thankfully, you know what? That doesn't count for this weekend, does it?
Okay. Well, it has something. That means just goes his distance control isn't very good right now. But
getting all his bad shots out of the way.
Go ahead and pick him.
I did. I even put it on paper here. Look at this. It's even on the screen. My top 10, Hideki Matsuyama at plus 170. I expect him to have a good week. And Johnny, for my winner, just waiting for it. Chris Kirk at 130-1 to win the Masters.
Wow, good for you finally going out on a limb on some picks. Normally, you pick the favorite every week to win.
I never do that.
Yes, you do.
I do. So therefore, I had to go and pick like one of the longest shots that I thought had a chance.
Because you felt bad after last week as much as I antagonized you. It's either Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, whoever else is the favorite. You just go so far out on a limb. I will give you your accolades on this one. At least you actually pulled your pants down and walked around the street and showed something of yourself.
No, I've never done that in my life.
Good for you. Yes, lie.
And nor will I ever pick Scotty Scheffler for any tournament anywhere because I never think he'll win anything.
Yeah, you said that was your big thing. You said at the beginning of the year, Scotty Scheffler will not win a tournament in 2024, and you lost that bet after week 2.
It wasn't week 2. He just won 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago.
Might as well be, so it doesn't matter.
I was right there for a while, man. I had it going.
Yeah, for what, 10 days?
No, for half the seat, 4 months? I had it going
4
for 4
months.
months.
No.
And then, of course, Chris Kirk at my 130-1. So that's who I care about, but nobody cares what I care about because everybody wants to know what Johnny cares about. Johnny's Picks brought to you by Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. Head over to golfcentralmag.com. Check out their Beer Cart Girl of the Month, their Grip It and Sip It feature with the bars and the restaurants on the various golf courses. It's not just a golf magazine that's philanthropy and travel as well. So go check it out. Our good friends Terry and Shannon over at Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. It's free to sign up. Go put your email address in, and they will send you a free copy every single month right to your inbox. What more could you ask for? Johnny, tell us who's on your card.
Boy, if you couldn't tell, this show, we're so excited about the Masters. So many storylines, so much opportunity to make money with a shorter man field. I love this week for a lot of reasons to be able to watch the Masters, but I certainly love this week on the betting component. We have been super successful in this tournament every single year with our matchups and our outright winners, and we're going to continue to go this week. And our first pick on the board is Xander Schauffele at 14-1. Earlier in the week, he was about 22-23-1. The betting population is really jumping on Xander Schauffele for a good reason. Why? Like we talked about before, I really think he learned a lot for the Players Championship. He's got a pretty good draw this week in terms of where he's playing in the field. The weather's going to be a little spotty tomorrow. The guy can shape the ball. He's got plenty of length, even though, like I said, he's a little small guy, and it's going to be a challenge to get that jacket for him custom made. But I really like him this week at 14-1. Victor Hovland at 40-1. If you can get Victor Hovland at 40-1, I think there's some recency bias here. Victor Hovland not playing very well going into the Masters. He's played well here in the last couple of years, especially last year. I think his chipping woes are over. I think it's just recency bias. Victor Hovland is one of the top 10 players in the world. Trust me, he is. And just because he hasn't played well so far this year, I think this could be a get-right week for him at 40-1. Same situation with Tony Finau. Tony Finau at 40-1. Even though he did have his 17 kids out there for the par 3, and he might be a little bit worn out, Tony Finau at 40-1, you can certainly get some great value there. And he's played well there in the past. 3 years ago, he almost broke his leg on the par 3 contest running up the hill. That might be some good karma for Tony. But I like the way he's walking. I like the way he's talking. I like the way he's kind of going into this week very relaxed. So when you can get Tony Finau at 40-1, I love it. How about this pick? Ham sandwich pick. JT 55-1. 55-1 for JT. You'll never get this odds with JT again. Maybe ever in the career, unless he just doesn't play and decides to come back after a year. New caddy, I know, but he knows this guy, Matt Minister. I think it's a good sign for JT to get a different voice. As much as he loves Bones, much as I love Bones, much opportunity that Bones knows that golf course. 55-1 at JT, massive, massive value. I love him here at 55-1. Two top 10 picks this week. Jordan Spieth at plus 200. Jordan Spieth can roll out of bed and finish in the top 10 at Augusta. This is just what he does. This is, in theory, his home golf course. He loves it so much. He's super creative. He doesn't have to worry about those foul balls that he hits on roofs on grandstands. It's a big ballpark. He knows these greens. I love him at 200. I love him at plus 200 at top 10. Russell Henley, great success here at plus 350. This guy's got the total package in terms of consistency. He's not great at one thing. He's a really good putter. He's used to the Georgia grass. He's used to this atmosphere. He's had success there before. I didn't pick him to win, but I really like him in that top 10 pick. He can, like I said, he can play average and finish in that top 10. And I like the way he's coming off his last couple weeks. Two top 20 picks this week. We're going to Adrian Meronk at plus 360. We need to switch him a little bit. But we'll talk about Adrian Meronk first at plus 360 because the last pick, I know I hate talking about him, so he deserves to be last. But Adrian Meronk plus 360, world-class player. A lot of guys over here don't know much about him because he's on LIV. He's the top 30 player in the world. That's why I like him in this top 20 spot. Big guy, hits it far, hits it high. I love him. And Patrick Reed, defending champion at plus 190. I'm glad you put him last because I hate talking about the guy, but I like him to make us some money. Past champion there. I think he goes into this week a little bit something to prove. He hasn't played well over at LIV, but this is a guy that, hey, he might be playing by himself the rest of the week because no one wants to play with him. So, hey, listen, Patrick Reed to make us a little bit of money at plus 190. I like him in that spot to finish in the top 20.
Patrick Reed is on your next thing.
I know
Taylor Montgomery is going to be on your card.
No, I like who? No, he's not playing this week, but he would.
I know. But
next thing Greg Norman will be on my card, but we couldn't.
Him and Phil Mickelson. You're gonna have a card that has Phil Mickelson, Greg Norman, Patrick Cantlay, Patrick Reed,
and Rory Sabatini.
And Taylor
You know,
Montgomery.
if I have those guys on my card all at once, that will be the last show we ever do, because I'm delusional, and I'm about to shut it down, because that will be the end of everything that we do.
Wow, we got a winner.
Yeah, that's what it'll be right there.
Yeah.
Johnny will walk in slurring his speech with a tinfoil helmet on. Struggling.
Yeah.
Very much so. All right. Well, that's going to do it for our show today, everybody. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Everybody on Twitter. We got a ton of people on Twitter watching the show.
Yeah. Great comments, too. We had some really good comments. That was great.
He said, good day from Australia. Good day to you, too, as well, Mick. I don't know what time it is in Australia. It's got to be like early morning.
Yeah, 7 a.m., 8 a.m. in the morning, I think.
So he's tuning in for a little From the Rough to start off his Thursday. Or is it to end his Tuesday? I don't know how the world works.
They're ahead of us.
All right, that's good. All I know is that Dubai is like 9 hours ahead of us, because it's probably.
You say goodbye or Dubai?
Dubai and Qatar and all that, because I got somebody over there that I'm corresponding with and have to pay attention to what time it is. Because she's probably asleep whenever I'm thinking about texting her. So that's.
I knew it was a her, so that doesn't shock me.
You know who it is. But we will be back on Monday, everybody, for our recap Monday, our recap of the Masters, our recap of the picks, our recap of John Daly's improbable win at the Masters this year.
He's winning. He's winning. He might not be playing, but he's winning. I promise you right now.
John Daly is winning something somewhere as we speak.
Yep.
Probably at the Hooters in Augusta, right?
No, probably.
That's where we should be doing our show from. Oh, Mick's still listening. He chimes in. He says it's 9 a.m.
All right.
Well, there
Mick,
you go.
I appreciate it, buddy.
There we go. We appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you check back with us on Monday to see how all this went. You guys enjoy the Masters.
Happy Masters Week, guys.
Yeah, it's Masters Week. Happy Masters Week to you. ESPN Thursday and Friday, 3 o'clock. 7 o'clock Eastern time until 3 o'clock Eastern time on Thursday and Friday. CBS, same hour, 7 to 3 Eastern on CBS on Saturday and Sunday. We'll be back to tell you why John Daly won and why Patrick Reed didn't. Sorry, Johnny. Anything to say to the masses? No.
Have a great week, guys. Best week of the year when it comes to golf. I love it this week. I like your green shirt.
Me too. We'll see you guys on Monday. Until then, y'all keep hitting them straight.